Hey y'all, it's Brian here with Stokes & Company Restoration. Today we're going to be working on our 1994 F350 with the 351 in it. I'll show you over here. When we got this truck was given to us by aunt and uncle of mine that just blessed us with this. Just gave it to us. When we got it, the cooling system was really rusty. We've got it cleaned up, and it's since had another radiator put in it, but you can still see the bottle over here. It's kind of how rusty that it still is. So when we got it and got the truck running, had a water pump out on it, put a water pump on there, and just had water running in it for a long time, and the cooling system was real rusty and it was getting hot. So what we did is we put a lower temperature thermostat. I believe it was 160. We'll find out here in a minute. And now that everything's working properly, the temperature gauge just barely comes into the normal section, and you don't get a whole lot of heat in the cold winter. In Texas here, it doesn't get that cold, but we do get down in the teens sometimes, maybe down even a little colder. So good thermostat also helps the engine run at operating temperature, makes it the most efficient. So now that the truck is running properly, we've got an OE original equipment thermostat in there, and I believe there it says right there on it, if you can read that, this is a 190 degree Fahrenheit thermostat. So got a new thermostat and gasket, really inexpensive. We're gonna be putting that on. Thermostat is right below here into the thermostat housing, which is right there. So we'll take the upper hose off. Bypass hose, that bypass hose we've replaced it before, so yeah, it'll be in pretty good shape. This original hose is actually still in really good shape, so we're gonna pull it off, put a new thermostat on there, and while we're here, and do a little maintenance of an oil change on it. Okay, so I've got the antifreeze drain in here, the drain pan. We got a case back here draining the engine oil. Drain plug on this one here is still a factory, and it's a 5/8 or a 16 millimeter will work for you. Just looking over the truck as we're in here, it looks like it's gonna need some sway bar bushings pretty soon. Body mount bushing is kind of weathered. I'll just kind of keep track of everything going on this old truck, and just kind of keep making videos to help y'all out as we go. Here's the oil filter right up here, fixing to reach up here and take off. It's a Motorcraft on there, FL820S. We like to run original equipment Motorcraft. Alright, a new oil filter here. This one is a FL820S, new Motorcraft. Put a little bit of oil on that gasket sealing on the bottom. Always double check. Make sure that your old gasket didn't stick up here. That's the aluminum there, so we are good there. Get your light coating of oil on there. That'll keep it from sticking on there after you tighten it down.
for my miscellaneous sockets.
Miscellaneous? I got a wall socket.
Oh, you grabbed an extension. I told you not to take that off.
You want to get a pair of pliers, pull the heater. We're gonna flush it out just to,
oh, stop it.
remember like we usually do. And I imagine it's just a thermostat, but I still like to.
Both of these?
You can pull just that one on the left out, because I can pull that one off here.
Best wire in the world.
Be kind of sensitive with it.
Go get a screwdriver. Is that a flat?
It's 180 degree thermostat. Okay, we got the thermostat out of there. We got Case over here pulling the hoses up the heater core, because the heater core would stop up before when it was so rusty in there. So we're gonna do a little flushing through the heater core. Thermostat in here looks like it was 180 degree. So we're only going up 10 degrees. I thought it might have been a 160. And it might be, it's just kind of hard to, it might be 160. Kind of hard to read. Anyways, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in with the OE style, since the system is pretty clean now. See the antifreeze in there? It's pretty green. We flushed it out quite a bit. While I was under there, I did see that the water pump had a little seepage at the weep hole. Not a big fan of radiator stop leak, but this is on clearance at O'Reilly's the other day for 47 cents. We're gonna run it, just give it a try. It's not liquid glass, it's just a stop leak, stops seals and coolant leaks. So we'll see what it does. Okay, Case got a thermostat here all cleaned up. Got this cleaned up here with our die grinder. Just a buffing pad on there. Just be careful on it, as there's aluminum, some of it's cast. You saw them cleaned up real good with the hose seals right here, because if the hose doesn't seal good on here, it can leak. What I like to use to take care of some of those imperfections is the Permatex Aviation Former Gasket Liquid Sealer. Just helps and aid in sealing that. So what we're going to do is take the thermostat housing and put the thermostat in there. So as this thermostat goes in, the housing goes like this. This little top piece right here is going to be to let air bypass inside there. So that'll aid in burping the air out of the system. So put that at the top, which is going to line up right here. And then what we'll do is we'll put our gasket, pull the stickiness off the gasket, and put it on here. Still going, so just film it. Let's do it. Get it right. Spray a little WD-40 in those holes. I blew them out the air compressor, just make sure the threads are good, don't have any boogers or anything in them. Put a little bit of Permatex on this side of the gasket in case there's any imperfections on the intake side. Just a little extra insurance. Don't have to do it, but I was taught to do it. If all your surfaces are perfect, you won't need this, but sometimes there's some imperfections that you can't see. Since those threads are cleaned out, that way you can tighten this up by hand all the way up on there so that the thermostat doesn't fall out of place so the gasket move on you, hopefully. This one's a little harder to get to. Bolts are started. Just tighten them down. Snug it up. Go back to the other one. Snug it up. Recheck this one. Put the bypass hose on. Slide the clamp back up on here. Tighten down that hose clamp. Upper hose. We'll put a little bit of Permatex on there. Some of those little spots on here. Just to aid in helping that hose seal.
Sure. Yeah.
All right. Got that clamp tightened down. That's still some of these factory style clamps, still factory hose from 94, still in good shape. So we're gonna leave it on there. So we got our thermostat on there. We're gonna kind of blow off this antifreeze that we spilled on there, and then put our air intake hoses up. Right now we're gonna go ahead and turn our water on and flush out this heater core. So we got one hose taken off right here. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna follow this other hose a little bit easier to take it loose right here so we can flush the heater core. You want to turn the water on?
Huh?
Go ahead. Not like full blast, but you know, just turn it on. Maybe just a little bit. A little more. Okay. Yeah. Hang on, I'll have you turn it back on. Well, hang on. Okay, turn it on. Turn it down a little. Okay. Okay, so we got our oil put in here. This truck is 351 here, 5.8 liter. It holds 6 quarts. 6 quarts. We got 6 quarts of oil in there. We cranked it up, double checked it. It's right above the full mark. Topping off our antifreeze here, put our stop leak in there, see if it'll help out that water pump seal. Fish and start it up and just let it warm up. What I like to do, leave that radiator cap off, let that air purge out. Like I said, that little that bypass little hole helps that also. So what we'll do here is watch this temperature gauge. So before it's only getting up to about, it wasn't even getting up to the end. It's getting within the bracket of normal, but not up to the end. So we'll see what it does here. Okay, so I got the original 1994 F-Series owner's manual. It's kept in the glove box. They used to have a place where you could do maintenance in them. I didn't see anything in this one. So what I did is I just wrote down a little maintenance on here of what I did. I can't read the odometer right now, but when I got the truck in July 2021, had 119,000 on it. I believe it's got probably 135,000 on it. Just a little note to what we did that helps keep up with it. Also, usually put the oil change sticker on up here. You can get those at O'Reilly's back in the oil filter section. That'll help you. But since this in here, I can't read the can't read the odometer on here. I'm just going to go off my book here. So hopefully this video helps you out on a thermostat replacement if you're having overheating or thermostat not opening, not closing. A little information on it, how to replace heater cores that get stopped up from rusty coolant being in them, from just running water only. Run water, antifreeze, 50-50 mix minimum, 60-40, 70-30 is the best. I just use tap water on mine. Some people use distilled water. I haven't ever had any problems with running tap water as far as I know. So hopefully this video helps y'all out, and God bless you.